welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine and this is It's Just Christine. For today's video, I'm going to be planning for the week of January 6th to the 12th, and I'm planning with this kit from the Pretty Pink Co. It's called Wintry Night. This is in her silver foil. I actually received this kit from her advent calendar from last year, and I really wanted to use it for the winter of 2024 and 2025. So here are the full boxes, and then we have the functional boxes, and then the layering pieces. I forgot to mention this is in her silver foil. Here is the bottom washi, date covers, and headers. Then we have the matching floral decos and the actual deco sheet. And since this is her full bundle, you also get the journaling page 1 and page 2, and page 2 definitely is my favorite. So it's really amazing that she gives you all that. And then we have the alcohol ink swatches, and we also get this bonus sheet of the sidebar, and finally the foiled sampler sheet. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in this, please stay tuned. Okay, so this week is actually a very busy week for myself and my family. I don't really know why I didn't put more space than I should have. I definitely went a little bit crazy on the full boxes and the layering pieces, but that's neither here nor there. This was actually the week that my family and I went to Japan, so there was a lot of activities that happened throughout the week, and yeah, but I did kind of, like I said, I went a little bit crazy on the sidebar. Sorry, not the sidebar, the full boxes, and so that's why I kept it really simple with the sidebar. But I fear that I actually went a little bit too simple, but that's totally fine because I really wanted to use this these kind of like corner snowflakes from Paper Trail Plans. I believe last year I bought a pack of her grab bags, and one of the sheet there is this winter silvery snowflake sheet, so I definitely wanted to use that for this, because if I don't use it for here, I'm never going to use it. So definitely something that I wanted to do. So here I was just going to leave it with the monthly, but I thought that it was just way too simple, so I just added in the snowflakes that also came in that washi sheet from Paper Trail Plans. And what I really like about, sorry, these smaller ones are from a smaller sheet that was also from Paper Trail Plans, but I really like her foiled things. So I don't know, like I might have to check out Paper Trail Plans and her foiled items because they're really gorgeous. And I don't know, for some weird reason, like all these items are foiled items, and every shop is, like they offer foiled things, but sometimes shops just have better foils than other shops. I don't know, maybe it's the design, to be honest. I'm just probably talking crazy. Anyways, I decided to use this narrow the narrow washi here up top because I didn't really want to use the date covers. However, I do end up using the date covers because I just felt that it was a little bit too bare at the top. And I kind of regretted using the narrow washi because it just didn't, I don't know, I didn't like how it looked. And even as the time went by, I still wasn't feeling it, and I was not gonna pull it up because I really did not want to rip up the paper that, the paper that I have, the inserts that I have. So here, this is where I kind of went a little bit excessive with the full boxes, which is, to look at it now, it doesn't seem that excessive because I actually just laid down one of my kits for, which one was it? Oh, my other winter kit from also the Pretty Pinko, which is going to be posted probably in 3 to 4 weeks. And I feel like I went super crazy on that spread. So looking back now that I'm looking at this, it's not as crazy as that one. So anyways, after I added in the full boxes, I wanted to use some of these decos that was in the sheet, the foil sampler sheets, cause like I said, if I don't use it in this spread, I'm never going to use it. Which, fun fact, I was actually looking for that skating girl when I was doing my other winter kit. And I didn't realize I used it in this spread until I was like scrambling all over the place looking for that skater girl. But I already used this, so I didn't get a chance to use it for the other spread, which I totally regret. But it still looks really, really pretty here in this spread here. I don't really know why I went crazy with the middle part here, because I really like the full boxes that was in the kit, but I feel like I didn't use all the full boxes that I had, because I did throw in a bunch of the decos from, I think that one is from the page 2 of the journaling kit. I don't know. I still think it turned out really pretty. I don't really know. When I laid down my boxes, I don't have a rough draft on how I want it to look in my head. So when I'm putting it down, most of the time I'm scrambling to kind of get it to look nice. So it's more of like I'm eyeballing it at the same time as like thinking in my head if it looks nice or not. When you're, well, for myself anyways, I can't talk for everybody, but when I'm laying down things, I don't see the beauty of it until the whole spread is down. So unfortunately, when I do these like middle scenes or middle full boxes, I just keep on like putting more and more stuff until I actually like kind of like just step back and be like, oh, that's way too much. But like I said, I still think it turned out really pretty, and I did use some of these like snowflake stuff that was in my stash, which I've had forever. So I just decided to put some of them in the in this spread right here, and I really wanted to use this park bench. I don't know why, but there was just something about this park bench that I wanted to have with the gazebo, and I thought it would just look really, really pretty together. So that's the reason why I just made it work. I don't know if it looks nice, but it is what it is. And then, as usual, I went a little bit more simple with the bottom washi, which I think I've been doing quite a bit. I used to kind of experiment with the bottom washi a lot more than I did. Look at that. I actually ripped the floral washi, which is really bad because I feel like I'm getting a little bit too rough with my stickers. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, I feel like I haven't been experimenting on my bottom washi as much as I did. But to be fair, this is only my second week in my 2025 planner. And I still think that it looked really nice. I wanted to put that gray kind of like brush stroke because I really wanted to use this kind of winter silver foil effect on it. I bought this from the Pretty Pinko, I believe, last year, and I just never had a chance to use it. And I just really wanted to use as many snowflake stuff as I wanted to. For me, winter is all about snow, which is obviously for me, it's like I'm in Canada. I will be more inclined to use snowflakes in a lot of my winter kits. But the funny thing is, this is not even a week that we were in Canada, so I don't really know why I went crazy with all the snowflakes. But I just find that this kit was perfect for all the snowflakes that I had. And that's the reason why I went a little bit more crazy. And I did use the bigger snowflakes that I have, which is also from, if it's not from the Paper Trail plants, it would have been from the Pretty Pink Co. But I'm pretty sure that one is from the Paper Trail plants, which is the same, from the same sheet as that sidebar snowflakes that I used. Okay, so the base of this kit is the base of this plan with me is actually finished, and I just go and add a little bit more snowflakes that I have in my stash. I have a lot of kind of like foil accents from different shops, so I tend to just kind of been scouring all my stash for things that I can use, and that's the reason why I just use them as is. Okay, so let's go with the day by day. So on Monday, my husband and I, this is like I said, we were in the middle of vacation. We had lunch at a food court in the mall near my husband's place. And to be honest, this week was very much sorry, not this week. This day was a very much of a lazy day because we needed to actually pack and make sure everything is okay before our trip to Japan. I did my voiceover for my last plan with me that I had pre-recorded, and then after that we made sure, like I said, that we have all our packed things. And that night was just a very chill night because we had to actually wake up quite early to make it to our flight to Japan. So we actually had to wake up, I believe, at like 4 o'clock in the morning and get ready for that. Um, I did FaceTime my mom because we had to make sure that she was able to do reservations for a restaurant that was going to be for my husband's birthday. So I FaceTimed my mom that night, and then after that, we kind of rested a bit. And then on Tuesday, like I said, we had to wake up quite early. Around 4:30 was when we woke up because we had to leave at like around 5 o'clock to make our flight. I don't know what time our flight was. Was it like 7 or no? Maybe it was 10. We did drive. It took us around 2 hours to get to the airport, and then we had our flight was to just one stopover. Actually, we went from Manila to Fukuoka, something like that. It's also in Japan. And then after that, we went from Fukuoka to Tokyo. And I have family in Japan. So were actually picked up by my uncle and my cousin, which was amazing. But then we really got there really, really late home. So it was basically like the whole day was just full of flights and traveling and all that. On Wednesday, we actually also had to wake up quite early because we had to go to this kind of not ancient, but it was like an old town, like an old Japanese town where they used to have those, oh my god, it's so summarized. That's where they used to like be like to live in. It's called Kawagoe, and it's such a really pretty town, and it was a really amazing trip. I really love like all the old buildings, and they also had temples, and it was such a great trip. It was actually one of my cousins who drove us there, which was, I didn't realize, was a 2 hour drive. So it was really crazy, but there really wasn't that much traffic since the traffic in Japan is not as bad. And then we kind of stayed there like the whole afternoon and then went home. Um, and kind of like, we went home pretty late. So we just kind of like rested, and that was basically it. On Thursday, we had we went to this kind of like secondhand store village. Like it was like a town that just had a lot of secondhand stores. We kind of wanted to check it out because secondhand stores in Japan apparently is very, very popular. And we wanted to see, like, you know, like how crazy it is. And it's actually really, really good. I didn't get anything personally, but like a lot of like the people there loves going to like the thrift shops, and it was really fun. We went with a bunch of my cousins, so it was really fun to kind of get to spend time with them. So they do speak Tagalog, so it's not like I was communicating with them in Japanese, since they are half Japanese and half Filipino. um and yeah, that was basically our whole entire day. And then at night, we actually had a I think it was called an izayaka dinner, where like it was more of a drinking bar place, and then with food. And that was really fun too, because like we were drinking and chatting and just basically getting to know each other, because like I said, we haven't really been able to kind of hang out with them since they do live so far from us. And then on Friday we went to Akihabara. It's actually an anime place in Japan, which is really, really popular. And if you're into Japanese anime or any type of anime, definitely check it out. That night, we met up with a bunch of my family, and we kind of hanged out at the Skytree, which is this popular tourist area in Japan. We got home super late, so the next day we actually kind of chilled in the morning, and we didn't really do anything. My husband and I just kind of went to Shinjuku, which is a fashion district in Japan, and checked out all their like Japan exclusive items. There was just a few things that we bought here and there. I bought a lot of my planner supplies on that day as well. So if you guys want to see what I got in Japan, definitely check out my haul. I'll try to link it down below or in a little cue card up top. And in the evening time, we actually went home early because we wanted to rest up a bit. Our body was kind of telling us that we needed to slow down. It was really, really cold in Japan, and we weren't really dressed appropriately for the season in Japan. And then on Sunday we had a little bit of a slow day. We kind of started late as well. On this day, we went to Shibuya to check out Casetify, because my husband wanted to buy a Japan exclusive case in Japan, and he did manage to get one. And while we were waiting for that to get made, we actually checked out the Disney store that was nearby, and I went a little bit crazy with all the things that was Disney, which was totally fine because they were all pens. And we also met up with my cousin. We had dinner with her. We actually went to those rotary type of sushi place, which was really interesting, and it was my first time and I actually really liked it. I'm not much of a sashimi person, but I still had a little bit of their sushi. And that was basically it. That was our first week in Japan. So if you guys like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you so much. Bye!